This shit is so funny. It's so direct. It's not even like
Bro,
it's not subtle at all.
Literally, bro.
Oh man, another great episode of Midwest Midcard. I actually here. So, you familiar with? Are you familiar with Zuckerberg?
Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Facebook founder.
Yeah, but
Have you seen him recently?
he's like jacked, ain't he?
He looks jacked off. I mean, jacked. What?
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
He looks. He's big, man. He's looking. Look who he's hanging out with. Some fucking royalty, man.
I mean, he's
What
a
is
fucking
he?
like quadrillionaire, so.
Fucking Alexander Volkanovski, current UFC champion.
And Adesanya.
Izzy is fucking. He's the man. What can I say? Is there fucking somebody mowing right now? Anyway, it wouldn't be a normal episode of Midwest Midcard if there wasn't a dog barking,
Or
somebody mowing,
baby's crying.
a baby crying, or something like that. Yeah, but anyway, you think he can beat Roman Reigns?
No.
What does the internet know about anything?
Yep.
Welcome back to the worst podcast in history. Welcome back to Midwest Midcard.
What a fucking opening.
I know. This is episode what? 23? 23 like Jordan. And
Episode LeBron.
it's not going to be nearly as good as either of those guys. This is probably going to be... It's shaping out to be probably one of the worst ever, I would say. And we just started, so who knows what's going to happen.
This is the worst episode?
I think it will be.
Damn.
Yeah.
I go into every one think it's the
The
best.
best one. You're wrong. Anyway, if you're listening to us on YouTube, thank you for doing that. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you go on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and make sure that you leave a review on there with 5 stars.
5-star Frog Splash review.
Don't forget that we have a live stream coming up on August 4th. That is a Friday. We're going to be live on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
In Detroit.
We're going to be from... Well, actually, it's not quite Detroit. But it is Michigan. And we're going to be live. And we're just going to do the episode live. So, something...
Bro, we should do it like outside by the pool.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do that.
That'd be pretty cool.
I feel like they'll get mad at us.
Really?
You'd be like, what the fuck? I don't... well, first of all, the pool's not going to be outside.
Oh, okay.
It's probably going to be indoors.
Yeah.
And...
We should do it in our local weed shop.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know what I say? You know, hey, you want to get high ratings? you gotta get high first, bro.
It is in Michigan, but no, probably won't be partaking in any of that. It was a pretty crazy week, as always. There were a lot of opinions this week. SmackDown brought out a lot of opinions from people.
It did.
And the reason why was because of this big Bloodline segment, which I do have a complaint about it. Now, so they had on SmackDown, the opening segment was Roman Reigns and the Usos kind of doing their little thing.
It was like 40 minutes long.
It was I think it
was like 30 something minutes, like 32.
It was. I remember it being high on the high end. Like I think it was like 38 actually. I could be wrong about that. So it was pretty long. My complaint is that SmackDown has become like the Bloodline show, which I don't mind as long as it's entertaining. I'm okay with that, and I know a lot of people just value the wrestling more than the actual stories within the wrestling, and it's fine. There's a lot to enjoy in wrestling. Like I always say, wrestling is a variety show, and if you can find something to like listen, if you don't want to watch this, go watch some matches elsewhere, I guess.
Go watch old matches on Peacock.
Yeah, or go on just wait for 10 o'clock for Rampage.
Let's get your fix somehow,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean?
And that's not to say... And I personally enjoy this part of wrestling. One of my weird things, my little things that people don't expect about me is that I'm actually a big fan of reality TV. I love reality shows.
You do.
And the brand of, and this is not that same type of stuff, but the brand of entertainment kind of lines up. You know, the drama of it all is something that I enjoy. But yeah, I think is it a little excessive on a show that's with commercials? I bet SmackDown's clocking it like at a minute 30, probably a minute 40. I bet. So a third of the show was devoted to essentially Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they gave it to them in the beginning and the end this time, man.
Mm-hmm. So they did the opening and they did the closing.
It's like that's kind of like all that they have there on SmackDown, though.
Now, so that's definitely a problem. But one of the things that came out of it is like, oh, they had time for the Bloodline, but they didn't have time for LA Knight. Now, LA Knight did do something. It's not like he was left out completely. There was a segment that was not on TV, and I think I can actually play this on the show because it wasn't on TV. But essentially, Hit Row, or as some know him, Shit Row, was out here hating on the Knicks, which hitting on the Knicks and MSG, you know, come on.
It's pretty dirty, bro.
Let's relax. They were saying they were corny. LA Knight came out. Big pop for the boy.
He's over so hard, bro.
He's extremely popular. They just got to continue doing this.
Have you been seeing like all this like footage of shit that LA Knight is currently or has been in?
Yeah, I've been.
Dude was on the Discovery Channel, bro. Like all this other shit, man.
I've been learning some stuff. I saw he was in an Aldi commercial.
Yeah.
And then I saw him on this like random skit where he's like this like fat friend. He did mocap for the WWE 2K games, which I did know that. What else? There was something like a really the Animal Planet one I didn't really understand.
But it was him.
It was him, but was he playing a character? Or were they acting like he was like actually like a real person, or like what's the deal?
I don't know. I also saw this one. It was like 2000 and like I want to say 14.
Yeah.
Triple H was like in this like training area.
Yeah, weird.
And LA Knight was there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And also one where I saw LA Knight, he was like, so you know how I always have that like special crowd member?
He was like the plant.
The plant. He was the plant in one of the shows, man.
Interesting. I like this new thing where he's like popping up on like random television things.
Bro, this dude is gonna beat Roman Reigns.
From what I've heard though, it's like he is like definitely like a journeyman for sure. And I assume, and a lot of people assume, is that he essentially was just like taking any job because he was like sleeping in his car and like shit like that. So I mean,
shout out to LA Knight.
I respect the hustle.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So they did do that segment for the crowd, which I think that means something, even if you don't get to see him on TV. And you know what? He's not gonna become less popular because he's not on TV. He's still there.
Dude is hot right now, man.
But not to pinpoint too much. But you know, Roman and the Bloodline, they had their big segment. Roman was like. Just to kind of recap, he got on his knees, which, come on, little suspect.
Put the put the lay or whatever you want to call it, around him, and he was like acting like he was about to cry.
Yep, about to
cry. And then he's like, and then Jey got down there and says like, blah, blah, blah,
well, he's like, I don't want any of this. He like. I think he threw the title, or like he said, I don't really care about. He's like,
title. I'm done.
Yeah, and then he got on his knees and
fucking sucked him off. It was the weirdest shit.
It was weird when he sucked him off. It was crazy that it took so long.
I know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but anyway, after he got done with that, after Jey finished, he hit him with that.
Yeah, okay.
After that, he hit him with the low blow, even lower blow than before. It was an even lower blow.
This is the gayest podcast of all time.
And of course, after started attacking both of them, Jimmy was put on the table, and then Solo jumped on him and finally broke the table.
Finally, bro.
After missing last time.
Yeah.
And I think Jimmy was stretchered after that.
Which is weird. I feel like they've taken worse beatings than that, but okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess it was because it was his own brother doing it.
Yeah, I heard that.
But that wasn't the end of it. Like you said on the main event, though, I got a few quotes here that I really loved. He said, after Jey came down and he like attacked Solo, Roman kind of like what is it? He like kind of like ran away, like a chicken shit heel, classic move.
Absolutely.
And he said, "This fool took Jimmy from me." And then he said, "Trial of the tribal chief. You're looking at the judge, jury, and executioner. This right here is trial by combat now, Oos." And then he said, "You better accept my challenge so I can whoop your ass one more time."
So I can whoop your ass one more time.
Yeah.
He said, I know whenever he said that, bro, I was like, this Jey is fucking badass, bro.
He is on fire, man, for sure. I'm liking this Jey. I mean, he's kind of been true. He's been this Jey for a while, but I'm liking it. Give him some spotlight on him.
He's showing us right now exactly why he is main event Jey.
Exactly.
I mean, straight up, man.
So the match is, it's pretty much a done deal, I would say.
SummerSlam, for sure.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going to happen, bro. It's going to be sick.
Main event.
We're going to see that shit, man. I can't fucking believe I'm having my binoculars up there.
No. As far as outside of like just wrestling, how cool would it be to be able to do this with your cousin? And not only that, but from all intents and purposes, from what we know about the Usos, Roman and Jimmy and Jey, they all grew up together like brothers. I mean, they what?
Izzy's right here.
Oh, really?
Izzy's right here in this corner, bro.
She's hiding somewhere?
Yeah, man.
Well, anyway.
I'm sorry.
This is my dog, man. The podcasting dog is being crazy.
She is, bro.
So they kind of grew up like brothers, and it would be pretty surreal to be like, I play football with these kids, and they're my exact same age. They're twins, and I almost feel like I'm the third twin, and like now we get to like do this at not WrestleMania at SummerSlam too.
Yeah, man, they're all 37.
I think they're 38, but yes. No, I mean I think it would be pretty cool, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. It's the main event. It's gonna be wild just being there to see it happening, right?
It's gonna be incredible, bro.
I'm kind of like, it hasn't sunk in that I'm gonna get to see it live. I think
how long we got, bro?
Not very long.
Let's see. Hold up. Let me
Today
get to
is
12, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 days until we leave.
22 days until the day. And also our live stream. Don't forget. There's a live stream.
August 4th, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Be
Eastern
there
time.
Or be square.
Be a fucking square. Now, of course, the Bloodline is falling apart. And they are not the only team in the WWE that's falling apart. I feel there's a lot of, not a lot, but the main factions that people care about and are kind of like in the spotlight are falling apart. And
Damage Control?
Well, yes.
Judgment Day. See, here's the thing with Judgment Day, though. Like, so, Raw, just to jump ahead on topic, started out with Finn Balor being like, this summer or Money in the Bank doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
And it's all because of Damian Priest. And then shit happened, went on, and then they ended up was like they high-fived at the end of the show and shit.
Well, they talked about it, and they were like cool for the most part.
They've been doing that though, man.
Well, the other thing is that it makes more sense for them to be like, hey, whatever, let's do this. Essentially, it's like we're both evil, so let's just do this anyway. We know we're gonna betray each other, so we might as well just work together while we can.
Yeah, that's fair.
Until the day comes, you know. I
yeah.
mean, no honor amongst thieves,
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it, and that's what
you said that.
Who said that?
There's no honor in thieves in the first place.
Is that Dusty?
Yeah.
I've heard that's an old saying, but yeah, Judgment Day, Imperium.
I watched that today, actually.
Oh, really?
Hard times.
Hard times from Imperial, Judgment Day, and Damage Control. Of course, they were Damage Control is doing a little bit better, but either they still had their issues at Money in the Bank. So Judgment Day is trying to they're just trying to convince themselves that they are good, and Rhea Ripley's like assuring everyone. She had like a little meeting with Raquel, and it's like, don't get involved in Judgment Day business, essentially.
Yeah.
But this all boils down to Priest having the briefcase. He's the one that's kind of fucking everything up for everyone else, right?
Exactly.
I mean, at least for Finn. But also, Priest can just choose not, just to be a better friend, It's kind of his fault. It's kind of his fault.
He shouldn't have won, Priest.
Well, not that.
You gotta leave that shit alone. You should have been like, you know what? This is gonna hurt me and my faction. I gotta leave it alone.
But at the very least, he should have let Finn... He was about to win the title. Let him win the title. Fucking asshole. Are you his friend or what's going on?
Yeah, bro. You distracted him.
But again, no honor amongst thieves. And then Gunther... it was Drew and Riddle versus Imperium. And Gunther was very disappointed that they lost. But I don't think that's necessarily them falling apart. They are... it's more like he's a very tough leader. And he expects a lot of...
Absolutely,
of his soldiers.
Also, you are going up against Drew McIntyre, who's fresh. He's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And Riddle, I don't think his ankle hurts anymore. But...
It's taped up.
Yeah, it's still taped up, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard to lose against, a fresh Drew, man.
Yeah, Drew is...
He's kipping up and everything.
They're cooking. He's a big boy to be doing that.
But that dude, he came back thicker.
You think so?
Yeah,
he was
man.
thick. You were like, damn.
That's some dude bootyless bubble butt, bro. We should put him on the big booty segment, bro. Shit.
Drew McIntyre, man. He's I always forget that he's as big as he is. I have this same issue with Edge. Anytime I see Edge and he's like standing against like regular people, I'm like, holy shit! Like this dude is.
He's tall.
massive.
He's like what, 6'6"?
I think he's like 6'8".
Is what? Jesus.
He's not that big, but he is probably like 6'6". He's probably 6'4", closer to 6'4".
Damn, man.
But I mean, he's on the taller side, which I don't know. It always takes me by surprise, especially because he used to face Cena, and Cena is like 6'2", and but I don't remember him looking that much bigger than Cena.
No, yeah.
But who knows? I mean, he's about as big as. I don't know. He just always. I guess he was almost as tall as Taker.
And Taker was built at 7 foot.
Close, at least.
Fucking wild.
Yeah. What the fuck? He probably shrunk a little in his later years.
Yeah.
I think peak Taker was still 2008. That was my favorite look for Taker. Oh, American Badass. Hell
down
no.
and now.
I was actually watching the WrestleMania 17 entrance. It's like, keep rolling.
It's pretty fucking badass, bro.
Yeah. He goes down that ramp so fast.
He flies, bro.
He should have not done that.
No.
That seems dangerous, right?
Bro, every time I think of Taker's bike, I think of fucking Hulk Hogan trying to start that bitch up and just botching the hell out of that spot,
he
bro.
Sucks, man.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
He's terrible. So now with this whole thing, I put here on my outline. This is not really a WWE problem, but it's currently something they're suffering, and it's people and their momentum. So, Austin Theory, great example. He beat John Cena at WrestleMania, and the biggest thing about that whole thing is that Cena just wasn't really there for the build for the most part. He was there once, and then he was there for the match.
They had a match. And
the match just wasn't anything. It was just not like.
It was the first match too.
Yeah, it was their only match. Yeah, and
no, it was like the first match of WrestleMania.
Oh right, the match that opened WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying now. It wasn't much of anything. It was just kind of there, and I think looking back on it, I think John Cena just didn't care, honestly. And we've learned that he didn't care because he's told us that he didn't care.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he told John Cena whenever he was roasting the fuck out of Austin Theory, he told us.
Yeah.
This is what was going to happen to Austin Theory if he won.
He said, right, and then he said that, like, he doesn't even believe... Theory doesn't believe what he says, like, about himself, essentially.
So nobody else does.
So nobody else is going to believe that.
And Cena... Oh, man, bro. I know it's just like, you go out there and you're supposed to, like, put on.
Yeah.
Like, and just talk some shit But like John Cena goes out there and he spits some real shit at these people.
When he wants to, he will hurt people's feelings.
He hurt Roman Reigns' feelings.
He's hurt a lot of people's feelings.
It's called a promo, kid.
He fucked
The Rock, bro. Fuck the Rock was like legitimately pissed.
I think Cena was I think he resented The Rock a lot at that point. I think because Cena that was when he was like there, like, you know, like 350 days out of the year.
Absolutely, man.
He definitely resented him, I bet. And now that Cena has like, now that he's married and he's like doing the movies and all that stuff, I think he gets it more. But at the time, he definitely resented him, and he went out there to hurt his feelings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He, you know,
I don't write my promos on my wrist.
Whenever Cena goes out to like fuck somebody up, he's kind of like think of like a 5th grader or like a 4th grader. Kids are so the type of things that kids say, it's so like
direct at you. They look at you and they can just be like, you know what, you're fucking fat.
Yeah, like they don't care about, they don't overanalyze like who you are. They're just like, like if you're missing a tooth, they're like, oh my god, you're missing a tooth. Like that looks shitty.
Yeah, that's John Cena.
That's the kind of shit that John Cena does.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he doesn't overanalyze. It's just like, hey, you know, whatever you're insecure about.
This is what I see. This is what the fuck's going on. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why he's the GOAT, bro.
But ever since WrestleMania, Theory has been just kind of doing whatever. It's been a while since Mania.
What was the last match that he had, bro? Was it against
like for
it was
the
against
title?
Jimmy?
He was on SmackDown.
It was against Jey, I mean.
Against Jey?
For the title, remember Heyman was like, we need a champion.
You're right. Okay, that was like the last time he was like involved in something. So he's been doing like a little feud with Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes, which another faction that's actually doing okay.
Yeah.
So they had a match on SmackDown, and the week before that, he actually had the match with Rich Holland, and he beat him with the flying dropkick thing.
Oh yeah.
The rolling dropkick thing.
Stupid.
It was because he was selling the chessman. That's what it was. That's what it was. But Theory, he's just kind of there. He's been a champion for a long time. It's been like 200 days or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And he's done absolutely nothing. What are you doing, man?
Literally nothing.
This is ridiculous. But he's not the only one that's guilty of this. So Edge was back on SmackDown again.
Yep.
Nobody made a huge buzz out of it, and I think he hasn't been here since like Mania. I'm pretty sure.
It feels about right, actually. I think, yeah.
He had the match with Finn Balor at WrestleMania, and then he disappeared.
Yep.
And I'm like pretty confident that he has not been there ever since. So he returned.
Who do you have a match against?
It was Grayson Waller.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
So they did Grayson Waller effect. I enjoyed the segment. Edge was like, he was like, oh, I'm enjoying my time here. And it sounded like he was going to retire. And Grayson Waller was like, oh, he's announcing he's retiring. This is his last time at Madison Square Garden. And Edge is like, I'm not retiring. I'm actually having a match. And I talked to the powers that be, and I'm having a match with you. So he had a match with Grayson Waller.
If we see Edge's last match at SummerSlam, bro, I'm going to cry.
No, I think he's got one more Mania in him.
Think you do?
I think he's winding down, though. I definitely do think that. Now, I think Grayson Waller did fine. He's got this weird style. He's like a brawler. He's kind of like Xavier Woods. It's like a brawler, but he does like some like little like flippy moves.
Yeah.
So it's weird. The finish was him attempting to do his finisher, and then Edge caught him with the spear. But the setup was weird because if you don't know, like, I'm sure you don't know Grayson Waller's finisher. If you don't know what it is, which I'm going to show you, the setup doesn't really even make sense. So that's his finish. It's like a rolling thunder stunner. And he does it from the outside of the ring into the inside of the ring.
Honestly, I think it's kind of dumb. I'm not a fan of the roll from the inside of the ring to the move on the outside. That's stupid.
It's pretty convoluted. That's the issue that I have with it. It's a stunner, but it's super convoluted. But
Just like Austin Theory, the way he won that match, like, it's stupid, bro. I don't fuck with those, man.
But see, if you don't know what the setup is, then the finish didn't even make sense. It's like, what was he attempting to do?
Yeah, I know exactly, man.
And being that was his first match on the main roster, it's like, what the like? How are we supposed to know?
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
And he lost his first match against Edge.
Yeah, which it's whatever. I mean, having a match against Edge, that's a pretty big deal.
I mean, yeah.
But also their styles don't really mesh well together, because Edge is like this like slow, methodical dude, and Grayson Waller is not that. So,
yeah.
I don't know why this just popped into my brain, but I saw a tweet that was it was a screenshot from CM Punk versus Samoa Joe from Collision, and it said that like, two masters at their craft, this type of wrestler doesn't exist anymore. And then the comments, of course, a big uproar on Twitter about it, because they're like, yeah, there's a lot of good wrestlers. There's Kenny Omega, and there's Will Ospreay, and there's all these people. And he's like, no, that's not what I mean. Like, the style of wrestler from ROH from like 05 just doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
CM Punk, Joe, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, I guess. But even Seth Rollins has like a more modern style.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I love Seth. Don't get me wrong, but he literally only knows like 12 moves.
I think that Seth Rollins is perfect for WWE. And this is not to take away anything from him, because I think he's really great. But he is pretty comfortable with his WWE thing.
He is.
I'll say that.
He came out on Raw eating fucking chicken wings. Like spitting him, he dropped some from his mouth, bro. It was fucking pure Seth right there, man. That was amazing. And for those who watched the last few episodes, he changed his tights.
He did hit. I did remember that. Yes, and the main event he was wearing different. He was wearing different gear.
Yep, I was really happy about it.
He finally did it.
He probably watched our podcast, bro.
I think he did.
These guys are right.
I think he did it. He's like, this is the worst podcast I've ever seen, but they're making a point.
Yeah, right.
You're right. Yeah, you've been pointing it out, and he finally did it. But, yeah, truly. So what this person, with their tweet about Punk and Joe, what they meant is like, yeah, like, again, this is not to take anything away from them, but people like the Young Bucks, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, even somebody like Ricochet or Carmelo Hayes from NXT, they all have this like style. It's very fast paced. They do a lot of flips, and it's fine, and I enjoy it. And I think they are able to have some good matches with some great people. But that wrestler that is like on the mat, that does like things, tells a story in the ring, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's very few people that can accomplish that anymore. Yep. And I think that's why Edge and Grayson Waller didn't really mesh well together, because Grayson Waller would have to come to... He would have to be able to fit in like Edge's style. And to be fair, Edge is pretty slow. And even now, more than now that he's older, I think he's still pretty great.
Even like 2005, 2006, he was still like, that slow, like fighting pace. So
yeah. I mean, that's why the Randy matches were good, but they're tough to get through.
They're long.
Yeah.
They're long.
I think they straight up had like whenever they did their, it was like a Falls Count Anywhere match. I think it was at WrestleMania. It was like 45 minutes long.
Damn, it's like fucking 3/4 of the show, bro.
I know. It was at WrestleMania even. That's pretty wild. But anyway, we talked about this briefly, right? Asuka, Bianca, and Charlotte.
Yep.
Io Sky tried to cash in. Maybe we didn't. Was this before the show? This was maybe before the show.
No.
Was it? Well, anyway.
I think we talked about it.
No, it was before the show. It is going to be before the show, because I'm going to cut it. I think we recorded it, but it was before the show. I'm like pretty confident. Asuka came out and said nobody's ready for Asuka.
Damn.
And then Bianca just came out unprompted. She was like, I'm going to jump this bitch.
She did, randomly as hell. Yeah. I'm fucking sick of this shit, she said.
She didn't even say anything. She said, no one's ready for Asuka. Ha, ha, ha. And then she just came out. She was like, I'm fucking tired of this bitch.
I'm ready, bitch.
I'm done. She ran. She attacked Asuka, which caused Charlotte to come out. Charlotte, wearing her regular clothes.
Yeah.
Nothing to point out there about Charlotte. And then Io Sky came out with Bailey, and she did the moonsault on Asuka. She was getting ready to cash in her briefcase when Charlotte attacked Io and stopped the cash in. To me, it seems like I think Asuka's like suffering from this, right? She's like taking a backseat in this. This is clearly about Bianca and Charlotte.
In Charlotte, yeah, it is, yeah.
And I hope that
it's a little bit of weird dynamic going on with all of that right now.
I'm down for like a fatal 4-way though.
Yeah, Io, Asuka, Bianca, and Charlotte.
That'd be pretty fun.
That'd be a good one.
Which obviously, I mean, Io doesn't need to have this match. She can just wait for the match to be over and then.
Question: who does Rhea face at SummerSlam?
So I got a little note about this because the next thing that I kind of want to touch on is the women's tag team division. So there's a whole thing about this because, so before there was a tag team match, like a rematch. It was Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green versus Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. And before the match, they were talking all together, and Raquel was like telling Chelsea and Sonya, she was like, "We're just out here. We're just gonna watch the match, whatever." And then Rhea showed up, and she was like, "Hey, like don't get involved into like Judgment Day business, essentially." And she kind of got in her face, and Raquel didn't back down. So, which brings me to my next point. What the fuck was the point of putting the titles on them? If you're gonna, the direction they're going in looks like is Raquel and Rhea Ripley,
because they keep facing off.
Yeah. So, what? It's just that like, I feel like I'm the only person that cares about the women's tag team division.
I mean, because we know we're gonna get Baszler and Ronda at SummerSlam.
Most likely.
More than likely, unless they squash it at a random show.
It seems like they need to have like a blow off at a show.
So like, I don't know. WWE's in this like spin their wheels kind of phase right now with some people, man.
It's just that why even utilize the tag team titles as like this like prop for Liv and Raquel are already like a makeshift team anyway.
Random.
So
people like them.
I mean, they've been working together for some time now.
Yeah.
At least a few months.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're. I mean, Raquel's popular and Liv's popular. But yeah, what was the point of giving them the titles if you're just gonna turn around and just put Raquel in a singles match against Rhea Ripley?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a weird way to get there.
Yeah,
I would say
it is. Yeah.
And I think it's hurting the women's division because, I mean, it's kind of. Chelsea and Sonya, they actually were wearing matching gear, which I love.
Black.
It was black and gold, and then gold and black.
Give them the titles.
I mean, they could be champions. They're a tag team.
They're good
And
together
then
too, bro.
Kaden and Katana, they were wearing all black. And they were all, there were two tag teams having a tag team match, which I'm, perfectly okay with.
Yep.
But yeah, the women's tag team division is definitely suffering a little bit just with having champions that are not even involved in any feuds.
Yeah, man.
I assume that, well, maybe Chelsea and Sonya are going to win the titles because Rhea Ripley is going to interfere. Maybe she'll cost them the titles, and then
that'll lead up to Raquel and.
But then
Rhea,
that seems silly, right? It's like, why do I want to be a tag team champion when I can be a world champion?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, man.
I guess we'll see, man.
I guess we will. So the only other thing that I wanted to touch on is the Alpha Academy. I don't know if you watched their segment, but Maxine Dupree graduated from the Alpha Academy.
She did, man.
And they gave her a varsity jacket.
Yep.
It was a nice segment.
I like them. They're fun.
Yeah. I think it's time, dude. It's time to let him have a title match. Face Kevin Owens.
Oh, okay.
That'd be wild. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable and Otis.
I think the issue with that, though, is like both teams are like faces.
Yeah, for sure.
So it'd be like weird because then if one wins, it's like, oh, and then if the other wins, it's like, now what?
Right.
There's
just not many like. I want to talk about some SummerSlam card predictions.
Okay. Let's
as
go.
far as like, where do you fit the tag team like division?
Oh, man.
I feel like there's not a match for them.
They were actually talking about that on Raw.
Yeah.
They were like, we're just kind of here floating around, basically, is what they were saying, Kevin and Sammy. And
Which they are.
they're the unified tag team champions. Like, who they going to face?
They are undisputed. So
There's no story built up for them.
to be, yeah, they're not defending the titles against anybody currently. They had the match with Pretty Deadly. That already passed. And Pretty Deadly are feuding with the Brawling Brutes. And, Theory and Pretty Deadly and the Brawling Brutes are doing their own thing. Sammy, yes. I mean, they helped Seth Rollins against the Judgment Day. But Finn Balor I doubt that he's doing a tag team match. And I don't think Priest is doing a tag team match either.
No. He has the money in the bank. Fowler's worried about Seth Rollins and Damian Priest.
Correct.
Imperium. I fucking say
Emporium?
that every fucking time.
Always fucking up.
Emporium is fucking around with Drew
And Riddle, yeah.
and Riddle. Okay. And then Pretty Deadly is brawling with the Brutes.
Mm-hmm.
Funny there, brawling Brutes.
The Vikings are feuding with Alpha Academy.
The Alpha Academy.
What are the other tag teams?
I mean,
You have to bring up a new tag team, right?
the only thing that I can think is, hear me out. Get up here, girl.
You're about to say some bullshit.
Hey, man, listen. Crazier shit has happened. Is that, they want a big pop.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And at SummerSlam, they're going to go out there and they're going to act like they don't have nobody to face. They're
Okay.
just going to go out there and talk. An old tag team comes back.
Okay. Bring back some tag team from the past.
I mean, who could you bring back? Who?
Who? The New Day? The New Day?
Oh, shit, bro.
I mean,
Was Kofi still injured?
I think so. You walked right into that too. You were like, who?
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah.
See, I'm not personally a fan of
A New Day?
the
New Day
so.
fan? Man, shout out to New Day.
Bootios. But hey, I mean, so like I was saying, it could lead into that,
Mm-hmm.
which would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
But then do you put the New Day over?
Maybe. I mean,
That's a good point. Like the New Day would be a good.
I think they're a pretty credible threat to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
No, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, other than the Usos, it's the New Day, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the only other big name tag team that you got, man.
You got to build somebody. That's why I think that they should pull the trigger with the Alpha Academy. It's just that there are no really solid tag teams right now. So you can bring somebody from NXT. Their tag team division is also suffering.
It just doesn't feel
But there's
right.
there's the Creed brothers, they're there. They just lost a loser leaves NXT match. So maybe they'll bring them up.
It just don't feel right. None of it feels right, man. If you're gonna take the titles away from Kevin and Sammy, bro,
It has to be a big deal, right?
That's got to be a big deal, and the only way I think we can do it is by exactly what I just said.
By bringing an older tag team?
Bringing an old tag team back that hasn't been in there in a minute.
Huh.
Cause
yeah.
I mean,
Who could it be?
Can't see it any other way.
I'm trying to wrap I was thinking of the Headbangers.
I mean, the Dudley Boys.
Nah, hell no.
He's in TNA. Fuck Bubba.
Devon, I don't know what the fuck Devon's
Bro,
doing.
he's a BTW, bro. I fist bumped Devon, bro.
I
Yeah,
feel like
man.
he's an agent somewhere. Maybe WWE.
I mean, you definitely don't want Jeff in the ring, bro. He's gonna botch a move. He's like
Yeah.
the fucking new Sabu.
Matt's been saying some dumb shit on Twitter too. Matt was arguing with somebody about. He was saying that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega deserve their flowers. They don't get praise every week.
Yeah, literally, man.
What are you talking about, man?
Matt's he's done been deleted, bro.
He's been taking a little bit too many hits to the head.
he's been on dark too many times. Bro.
I don't know why he was gobbling on fucking the Bucks randomly.
Random, yeah. But yeah, man, you're right.
Yeah.
It's all a little bit of mumbo jumbo, weird right now. The only the only thing that makes sense is the Bloodline story currently right now. And
well, so that's of course main event: Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, most likely.
Yep. Cody Rhodes
and Brock.
Brock.
Now there was this is so stupid, and wrestling fans are so fucking dumb, including myself. Cody said we need to have the rubber match. The rubber match means like you won one, I won one. Rubber match is like the third match to like who decides who's like the winner.
Yeah.
And people thought that this was like a stipulation. Like we're gonna have a rubber match.
What the fuck?
It's like what kind of rubber?
Come on, y'all.
Yeah,
Get your shit together, man.
I mean, and if you don't know, do you really think there's gonna be a stipulation called rubber match?
Rubber match. What are you gonna fucking do? How you gonna have rubber? What's the rubber gonna be?
Yeah, what is the
You're
rubber
just
gonna
fucking
be?
throwing dildos at each other or
I
some
guess
shit? Like,
so.
fucking, come on, man.
Um,
But we know those two matches are set.
mm-hmm. Ricochet and Logan Paul.
That's definitely gonna be a SummerSlam match.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that's 3 right there. There's probably gonna be like 7 matches.
Probably 7 or 8. I would say.
Yeah, it's a more popular show.
Ronda and Shayna probably.
Ronda and Shayna more than likely. So that's 4. Wait, let's see.
That's 5. No, that's 4.
Roman.
That's 2, 3.
Jimmy.
That's 4. That's 4.
Okay, 4. Yep.
Because the tag team match we don't know for sure.
Exactly.
And then we don't know if Seth is gonna even have a match.
There's nothing set in stone.
And there's not really any room for him. I'm sorry, but there might not be any.
Which would be weird not to see Seth at SummerSlam.
And it's gonna be one or the other women's match. I cannot imagine that both women world champions are gonna defend their title.
It would be sweet.
It would be cool.
Maybe they do. Maybe they figure it out.
Maybe, but I don't know. There's just
we got 3 weeks, bro.
There's just other stories that are going on. It's so weird that they started this feud with Ronda and Shayna.
I know.
What the fuck was it? It literally came out of absolutely nowhere, and it's not like a good like oh cool like I wasn't expecting this. Is like oh like
what the fuck? Because literally I was sitting in your living room and you were outside grilling and I ran outside you like bro what the fuck just happened? Literally what the fuck happened, man?
It was very out of the blue, and not like yeah it was just odd, and I like Ronda and Shayna. I mean. I think they were cool as a tag team. They were just doing their thing.
I remember Ronda was like, I'm going to make this women's tag team division something that's never been, and you about to be out.
And then she's like talking about balls every week.
Yeah, literally in Skittles, bro.
She's like, I got the biggest balls here.
You probably fucking do, Ronda.
It was weird.
So, yeah, man. I mean,
other than that.
That's like 4. I mean, there's like 4, maybe 5 matches that we know of.
Yeah.
I mean.
Now, this is another thing, though. I'm getting ahead of myself here, and we're gonna eventually do predictions on our live show at 6 p.m. on August 4th.
Be there
or be square. But when we do actual predictions, we can discuss this. But there has been a return at SummerSlam for at least the past 3 or 4 years. Roman Reigns returned on 2020, 2021. I don't remember.
Let's look it up.
Let's see who. Let's look it up. I know last year it was Damage Control. Bailey, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai.
Oh yeah, I remember that actually.
Yeah, that was like
because that was whenever Vince like just now got out of it for a little bit, and then Triple H was bringing everybody back that people liked.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. Let's just do it like this. So, SummerSlam 2022, we know who returned. 2021, interesting. Who did return? Oh, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch returned, and she squashed Bianca Belair.
Okay.
Like literally, it took like 3 seconds.
I got you.
Because it was gonna be Sasha Banks and 28 seconds is how long it took to be.
Damn.
Done. Yeah, it was some bullshit, man. Damn, that was a lot of matches. 11 matches? Or, 10 matches in a pre-show. That's a lot of matches.
Maybe we'll get that again, bro.
You think so?
It's SummerSlam. The biggest party of the year, they call it. So,
yeah.
Maybe it'll be a big show, man. Maybe we'll be there for like 6 or 7 hours.
And speaking of, and card predictions, should LA Knight have a match?
Absolutely.
But, like, who?
Who? I know. We don't know who anybody these are going to face, bro. Bray Wyatt Is this whenever he beat who? John Cena?
No, so
Braun
it was
Strowman?
it was Bray and Braun Strowman, and then Roman Reigns came out after. That's when he returned. That's when he returned as like what he is today.
Okay.
Because before that he was still the big dog. 2019, I do recall a return. Seth Rollins defeated Brock Lesnar.
The Fiend defeated Bray Wyatt or Finn Balor. Kofi Kingston.
Defeated Randy Orton.
Okay,
So I don't remember Seth Rollins beating. So you're telling me Seth Rollins defeated Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam 2019?
I'll be honest, I don't remember
What
that
do
at all.
I have no memory of this? What the fuck?
Who returned, though? I know there's been some returns. I know you're right there, man.
I have no idea. You know what? I don't remember. And also, I have... Sorry for the silence. I'm trying to figure out who the hell... I don't remember this match at all. Seth Rollins was Universal Champion? Universal Championship against...
No, didn't he lose it because he was injured?
No.
No?
Well, this was when... he was WWE Champion. I don't remember him being Universal Champion at all. Hold on. We're going to go into another Wikipedia wormhole. So he...
Bouncing off my booty cheeks, I love it when he rides.
Wow, why don't I remember any of this? Seth Rollins defeated Braun Strowman by pinfall. What the fuck? I was not watching Raw around that time.
Hell in a Cell.
I was on okay, so this is the year. Oh my god. Okay. I thought this was way before. This is around the time that they did Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins, and then they did the Hell in a Cell match with the red lighting for the Fiend, and they stopped the match because of the brutality of the match.
Really?
Yeah. It was stupid.
Look at match number 3, bro. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns defeated Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
That's so random.
What the hell?
What a weird... What the fuck? Yeah. Matches...
Randy Orton defeated Mustafa Ali, bro.
Yeah, that's odd. What a weird
This is when
card.
King Corbin was a thing. Chad Gable beat him.
Yeah, but Seth Rollins versus The Fiend ended in a match stoppage.
Damn.
It's so weird. Why would you stop a Hell in a Cell
In
match?
a Hell in a Cell. It's called Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. And then on the return match at Crown Jewel, The Fiend beat... This was also a weird
Is
ass
that
card.
a fucking UFC fighter, bro? Was that Velasquez? Or
That was
whatever?
Cain Velasquez, yes. He had a match with Brock.
What the purple fuck?
I know. And he lost. Cain Velasquez and Rey Mysterio versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship.
What the hell,
Tyson
man?
Fury had a match with Braun Strowman.
What?
Dude,
This was that long ago already?
Yeah, 2019.
Son of a bitch.
I know, man. It doesn't feel like that long ago.
Team Hogan, Roman Reigns, Rusev, Ricochet, and Shorty G and Ali.
Shorty G's Chad Gable.
What the fuck?
With Hulk Hogan.
Jimmy
And
Hart.
Of course, Jimmy Hart is
Defeated team player Randy Orton, King Corbin, Bobby Lashley, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Drew McIntyre with Ric Flair. What the fuck is this shit, dog?
What is this match?
A 10-man tag team with all these old motherfuckers.
Well, before they started taking advantage of the Saudi Arabia shows, I think they were just like non-canon essentially. It was like a house show.
Dude.
So weird, right?
What the hell is happening?
That wasn't that long ago either.
No, it feels like it's forever ago.
I know. I don't remember. I forgot that Seth Rollins was the champion. I remember the Bray Wyatt stuff, but I don't remember him at SummerSlam versus Brock. What the fuck? I guess
based on those like pay-per-view, like
mm-hmm.
the main picture that they have for him.
Yeah.
Bro, Bray Wyatt was big.
I mean, I feel like Bray, what I've heard before from like, this is not like something that I thought about, but somebody brought up the idea that Bray is like Vince's, like, let's say that like it was like his son and he expects a lot out of him, and he really likes him. But there's also like times where he's like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" And he like gets tired of him. So
where the fuck is Bray? Could we see a Bray Wyatt return at SummerSlam?
maybe Uncle Howdy,
Hey man,
Jay White, he's on Collision right now, but maybe he'll show up in WWE.
Bo Dallas, bro.
You know what I saw? Speaking of things that don't make sense, I saw a tweet that was like, 2024 is the year that Tyler Black returns. Like, Seth Rollins is gonna like, first of all, that he's gonna leave WWE because his contract ends in 2024, and then he's just gonna go back to being Tyler Black. There ain't no fucking way in hell. If Seth Rollins leaves WWE, I'll eat my hat. You can quote me on this,
Bro, if he leaves the WWE, I don't know what the that'd be man.
That's just so unrealistic.
Absolutely.
He will never leave the WWE.
No.
And some people are like, well, I thought Daniel Bryan was a lifer. Really? You thought that? My man, anytime Danielson got a chance to say, like, I want to wrestle somewhere else, he would say it. I don't know why anyone's surprised that he left. And granted, he left the year after he main evented WrestleMania, which is insane. Not even the year. The year he main evented WrestleMania, he left. He debuted in AEW the same year that he main evented WrestleMania.
Insane.
That is insanity. But also, this is a guy that said on multiple occasions when he was retired that he wanted to wrestle. He wanted to wrestle somewhere. He wanted to do it. And if he was able to do it, if he wasn't under contract or whatever, he would do it. Eventually, he said, hey, you know what? I'm glad that I get to return and wrestle in WWE. But it's not like he didn't, like he set the precedent so many times that he was going to leave.
Yep.
So that doesn't surprise me at all. Whatever, man.
But yeah, we'll see what happens, bro.
He's not going to leave. There ain't no way.
Nah.
But I mean,
Well, yeah, like I said, we'll see with what happens with all these like matches at SummerSlam, like who the fuck's gonna do what, who's gonna face who. Like, I think in the next like 3 weeks that we have with Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, that WWE really needs to start doing some shit.
For sure.
They do. They got to figure this shit out, and they got to figure it out quick. It's gonna be a little rushed, I think, unless they can make it feel slower than what it is. Like, Paul, you got to figure it out, buddy.
It's time.
It's yeah, it is, man.
I got to jump into my favorite segment of the show. I don't have 4 things, but this is the AEWC for. That was the intro right there. Just gotta leave some empty room for it.
And when you did that, I heard a kid scream. So
I don't have 4 things, but I do have 1 thing. Joe versus CM Punk. Samoa Joe versus CM Punk. This was Samoa Joe versus CM Punk 7. This is their 7th match they've ever had. 18 years in the making. The last time they faced apparently was 18 years ago.
Yep, Ring of Honor.
And they just had a random match on Collision.
I know. Save that shit for the pay-per-views.
Dudes, just put, like, they haven't faced in so long, and the people that know that it's like a big deal, they'll be there for it. So yeah, put it on a special show.
I know.
It's silly.
Make it make sense, man.
And the match was good because it's Samoa Joe and CM Punk. I mean, come on.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, why the fuck do it on TV?
Put that on All Out, bro. Or
yeah, I think that's what's coming up. All in. Yeah. All in or out. I think
all
they're
something.
Like, yeah, they're like a week apart anyway. The other thing is that this came out literally today, I think.
Yes, it is. Yep. Today.
Brian Pillman Jr. is done with AEW.
He's not listed on any of the rosters.
That's what they're saying. So I got the article. This is from Cage Side.
Is he in the game?
He is not.
Okay.
So Cage Sides reported this from, I think this is from the Wrestling Observer. I'm sorry, no, this is from PW Insider. Whenever there's news, it's so hard to like keep up with who is because everyone just reports the same thing over and over and over again. So Brian Pillman exits AEW after contract expires. So his contract expired. They didn't renew it. Somebody noticed that he was off of the roster page. And yeah, so Pillman is done we've had the opportunity to see Pillman at
BTW.
well, he was there, yes, but no, I mean wrestle. They had him do like a dark match, or was it on the show? Rest in peace to AEW Dark. He had a match. We were in Cincinnati, so he's local. I think he's from Northern Kentucky, so same difference. And of course, his dad is Brian Pillman, which was from Cincinnati, played for
cool.
the Bengals.
Yeah, man.
By the way,
Pretty fucking cool.
Who they? You can say it.
Who they?
Let's go.
Don't tell my Lions fans, bro.
So Pillman is listen, I wanna keep I don't wanna say too much because I could run into him. We've ran into him before.
Yep, met him before, bro.
So if I ever see you again, Pillman, I really appreciate you, and there's some actual criticism, man. But I think that Pillman he's a decent wrestler. He's got a decent physique. I like how he moves in the ring. He's got a good look. And he's got a lot of potential. He's not very old. He's 29. So, I mean, that's like a toddler in wrestling,
Absolutely,
essentially.
yeah.
So,
Straight up, man.
5 more years and he'll be at his peak, essentially, peak years. So, he's got all the tools. His promos are rough, man. He's not a great promo. And he's also involved in some, like, dumb shit. I've seen him, like, defending Teddy Hart before. And Teddy Hart is just, like, a piece of shit, man. Like, he's awful.
Seriously.
He's terrible human being.
Scumbag, bro.
I've seen him, and I've seen him, like, just follow some, like, weird, like Andrew Tate and, like, shit like that. And then
Fuck Andrew Tate.
And then just say some, like, shit like cancel culture and just dumb shit.
Are
And
you a flat earther, Pillman Jr.?
and
Are
this
you
is
fucking kidding me?
This is not to take anything away from him. I just think he's just kind of a dummy, honestly. And I'm sorry, Brian, if we ever meet again. Sorry that I'm saying this.
If we ever meet again. He's
If I ever see you, I wouldn't say that. If I ever see you again, I'm sorry. But I just think he's just kind of a dummy. He is just like, and he's a 29-year-old. We shouldn't treat him like he's a kid. You know, he can make his own decisions.
He's just all looks and no brain.
I think he's just a little stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what it is.
Wasn't he a member of, like, the Blondes or something?
The Hollywood or the Varsity Blondes.
Yeah, I mean, they used to say back in the day,
No,
blondes are a
blondes are
little
stupid.
dumb. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
He could benefit from being in NXT a lot.
That would be pretty cool.
NXT would give him, like, things to do. I don't know if you probably watched the clip of Von Wagner. He had, like, this, like, super emotional promo on NXT. They've been doing Von Wagner come Tuesday. I like that idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like that idea.
So Von, he's been doing these, like, therapy segments on NXT, and finally he opened up to his manager, to Rob, and he was like, you know what? When I was young, they literally put a plate on my forehead to, like, keep my forehead together, because when I was a baby, and he's just, like, opening up, and he's like, last week that's the first time that I used to, like, felt like myself. So they're kind of building him as a baby face. It seems like they're pretty big on him. I mean, he's a tall guy. He's huge. He's just like test.
Good looking dude. You know what I mean? So,
he's okay. He looks a little like a caveman, but
kind of looks like a weird carrying cross.
So Vaughn, somebody like him that seems like he went from being come Tuesday and being like, I like that idea, and then telling Dijak, take those stupid sunglasses off. We're inside. Going back to Pillman, I think if they can build Vaughn, which has no wrestling experience, was just like an athlete that they found essentially. If they can take him, turn him into like a likable character, I think they can take Pillman and give him like something to do that's more than just like, I'm Brian Pillman's son. That's it. And if you want to take that, if you think that he can run with it and be like kind of like an extension of like the what was his gimmick? I can't remember his nickname. Pillman's nickname. Brian Pillman's nickname. the loose cannon.
Yep, the loose cannon.
If
Brian
he can
Pillman,
be
yep.
like a kind of like a loose cannon type guy, you know, he already went through his Hollywood Blondes phase as the Varsity Blondes. Maybe he can go through his loose cannon phase and see if they can make him be just like kind of like wild and unhinged.
Yeah.
Which I guess some people have already taken away from that. I mean, like Moxley is clearly like very inspired by Pillman. So.
Fuck yeah, bro.
So NXT, he'll land on his feet. The worst is if he goes to like NWA or like MLW. He just goes back to MLW because he's just gonna. That's just like the end of his career.
Yeah,
at that point.
I mean,
and that's not to take away anything from those promotions, but those promotions are clearly like. You work there, you work your ass off, and then you know you get a look by a bigger promotion.
Yep.
You know, Impact, AEW, WWE.
BTW. Bro, you know what? Speaking of, Brian Pillman, you know who we watched Brian Pillman face off against whenever we went?
Against Kerry Morton.
The GOAT, bro.
The son of Ricky Morton.
Ricky Morton, yeah, man.
So it was two second generation stars.
I think Brian beat him.
He did. And Brian came out as a big baby face. Like locals love him. He was popular in AEW too.
Yep.
So he's got something for sure. It's just that his promos are just
whack.
They're not good.
Nope.
Just need to work on the character, and a place that has like puts a lot of shit into their character work is NXT.
Yep.
I think it would be good for him.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. So I don't have 4 things. I just have 2.
Well, I have 5 things, aka 5 wrestlers here in my favorite segment of the show called Who's That Wrestler?
My least favorite segment of the show.
Are you ready? I guess not. All right, everybody watching at home, everybody listening. Got 5 wrestlers from my host here. 3 hints apiece. He's going to guess who they are. I think last time you did pretty good, bro.
I think so. I don't remember the score, and I've
Roll the
never kept
tape.
score. I'm not going to.
Yep. All right,
Maybe I
bro.
will. I might do it.
Ooh, a whole segment of Who's That Wrestler?
Wait, can you look up so we can reminisce? Damn it. I don't know. Hornswoggle? Okay, we're back.
All right, wrestler number 1, bro. Debuted in 1999. Was the Intercontinental Champion. At one point, when tag teamed with Scotty 2 Hotty, was nicknamed the Hip Hop Hippo.
Is this Rikishi?
No.
Hip Hop Hippo?
The Hip Hop Hippo.
I'm sorry, who was his tag team partner?
Scotty 2 Hotty.
Brian Christopher? Grandmaster Sexay?
Nope.
Hip Hop Hippo.
One more guess, bro. Debuted 1999. Was the Intercontinental Champion 1 time. At one point, when he was tag teamed with Scotty 2 Hotty, was nicknamed the Hip Hop Hippo.
So this is probably a fat guy because they were very unoriginal. I am my second guess. Sorry, my third guess, I guess.
Yep.
Is it A-Train?
Good job.
Albert?
Good job,
Is
bro.
it A-Train or Albert?
It's A-Train,
Okay.
yep.
I don't know what he was at the time.
Good job, man.
I was like fat, 1999.
A-Train.
Probably A-Train.
Yeah, bro. Oh, Matt Bloom.
Matt Bloom. Shout out to Matt Bloom.
Takashi, is that what his name was or some shit?
Lord Tensai.
Lord Tensai. Terrible version of him.
He,
though.
what the fuck?
He's a trainer now or some shit.
Yeah, he had a good run in Japan. Like, he was like a threatening, like, force. What the fuck was his name in Japan? Let's figure this out. Time for research. Lord Tensai. If somebody remembers him as Lord Tensai, like, you are an insane person. Lord Tensai.
Bro, it's terrible, man. The dude, he shaved his chest and everything. Remember when he was A-Train, bro? That dude had the hairiest chest of all time.
Yeah. Prince Albert. That was a rough name. Tensai. Is it? Big Buford. Giant Bernard. That's what it is.
All right.
That was his name in Japan. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
AJPW and JPW.
He injured Rey Mysterio back in the day, bro.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, man.
For some reason, I'm like, I get him confused with Draws. Rest in peace to Draws, by the
R.I.P.
way.
Draws, man.
He gave everything for the business, man. He died I feel like we missed out on his death.
No, we mentioned it.
Did we?
Yeah.
Maybe we did.
We did.
I don't remember.
Can't wait to get my new Draws figure tomorrow.
Let's go.
All right, bro. 1 for 1. Good job. I did not expect you to get that, honestly.
I know a couple things.
Wrestle number 2 debuted in 2001.
Oh, one.
Was on WWE, and this was news to me. He was also on TNA. Did not know that. Had a 34-match win streak.
34?
34.
I feel like 34. TNA? There's some random people in TNA. 2001?
Yep.
You've said Andrew Martin before, so it's not Test. Is it Test?
No.
No, because you said Test like
I
last
think it was
week.
the last week's, yeah.
Ah, shit. TNA. What were the accomplishments again? Just
So he was in WWE and TNA.
and then 34 win.
Yeah. And in the WWE, he had a 34-match win streak.
Is this K Quick?
No.
It's not Ron the Truth Killings. Ron the Truth Killings. There's like a funny segment. It's like Pac-Man Jones and Pat McAfee, and they're talking to Paul Heyman over the phone about something, and then Pac-Man Jones is like, I think it is Pac-Man Jones. Sorry if it isn't. I'm sorry to whoever it was. It's not. I'm pretty sure it's Pac-Man Jones. He's like, maybe it's somebody else. He's like, what happened to Ron the Killings Truth? And Heyman's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's funny. I don't know who this is though. Oh, one. He was in TNA.
So like WWF, WWE, and TNA. So like, was in WWF in 2001. I think that was still WWF if I remember correctly.
I think it's a year that it changed at the end of the year,
at the
maybe,
end of
or maybe it was 02.
Maybe it was 02. Yeah. But yeah, was in WWF under a different name.
Mm-hmm.
Went to TNA for like, I don't know, it wasn't fucking very long
A
at
cup
all.
of tea.
And then
34.
was in WWE, and when on his second return, he had a 34-match win streak.
That's very interesting. So, it's not A-Train. Because what if these are all A-Trains?
Yeah.
Actually, this is Albert.
Plot twist, bro. This is Lord Tensei, actually.
Yeah. What the fuck? I don't know who it is. I have no idea. I'm going to say Billy Gunn.
No.
The Road Dog?
Nope.
Jesse James? That's my third guess.
I'll give you one more.
What?
I'll give you one more guess.
Oh, one more guess?
Yep. His 34-match win streak was in like 2005 or 6.
I know, but I don't know who could it be. Who would have a win streak? 2001 also seems like a year where there was just a lot going on that year.
Oh, yeah.
All the cool stuff in WWE happened like in a 6-month span.
Yep.
I have no idea. TNA. So I know like Kevin Nash was there.
Yeah, like I told you, this one was new to me, so if you don't get it, I understand.
No, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say Randy Savage was in TNA actually.
Yep.
Just randomly. I don't know. I give up.
Oh my God.
Really? Eddie Fatu.
Eddie Fatu, man.
That's wild.
I did not know that he was in TNA.
I didn't know either.
Yep.
What was he doing there? So he came back to WWE after that. Probably.
Yeah,
most likely.
yeah. I mean, like I say, he was in there originally in the WWF for a little while.
Was he like 3-minute warning? Is that what he was doing?
I'll be honest, I'm not. Ooh, manga.
I don't really because he got before he became a MAGA, he was in 3-minute warning. He was like doing like security for Bischoff.
He was like let's see.
So let's see. World Western Entertainment.
TNA 2003 to 2004.
Interesting. Sony
Under the
Siaki.
nickname Ikomo
Fatu.
Fatu.
So
He lost to my boy Alex Shelley.
I feel like Rikishi was there. TNA, right? Just as Fatu.
Yep.
That seems right. So Umaga is Jimmy and Jay's uncle, right? I think.
Let's see. Legacy. Sol Sikoa, who became
Legacy. What if it said Legacy? Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase
Oh,
Jr.
Jesus. So Umaga Solo is Umaga's dad? Or
No.
Umaga Solo's dad?
No, because Solo is.
Oh, okay. So it's
Rikishi's
Rikishi.
son.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay.
I think that's his uncle. So Zilla. Oh, his son is a wrestler. He just started training with Booker T recently, December 2022. We know everything about his family, but you can't tell me like who he's directly related to. Is this difficult? Family Anoa'i. Now we have to figure it out this way.
Damn,
right
there's
there.
a whole-
Edward Fatu, Salofa Fatu Jr., which is Rikishi. Yeah, so he's Rikishi's brother. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Umaga is Rikishi's brother?
Yes.
Dope.
So, and he's got a son, obviously, Zila Fatu, or Zai. I guess this is probably Zila Fatu. But Rikishi's other nephew is Jacob Fatu, which is an MLW.
Yeah.
Former MLW champion.
Yeah.
And then you have Jonathan and Joshua Fatu, better known as Jimmy and Jey Uso. And then, but see, this the part that doesn't make sense. Dwayne is like so far away from like them,
Yeah, man.
but I guess he's in the family.
Where's Roman?
So Joe Anoa'i. I think Roman is technically their uncle. Yeah, right here. Roman is technically Jimmy and Jay's uncle
Okay.
in a way.
All
But
right.
they're cousins. When they're talking about their family tree, they're like, so can you actually, I think it's Chris Van Vliet. He's like, can you actually explain me the family tree? They're like, so if I said Roma, or tell me like who's like your uncle, your aunt, or your cousin, then they're like, Roman Reigns, and they're like, aunt. Like that's Roman Reigns. It's Jimmy and Jay's aunt.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Roasted.
I know. Anyway. I don't know.
Yeah,
Everyone's cousins and
WWE.
the
Yeah.
Anoa'i family.
Facts, bro. All right, man. 1 for 2, bro. All right. You're probably going to get this one. Maybe not. Debuted in 2015.
Eugene.
Yep.
2015.
Wrestler number 4. Debuted in 2015. Used to go by ring names Pete Lightning
Oh, that one's bad.
and Sandy Bunker.
Oh, that one's even worse.
A former WWE bodyguard.
Okay, this could be anybody. 2015?
2015, man.
Interesting.
The other hints that I could have give would have completely given it away, so I had to make it really, really good for you.
Is this Bobby Roode?
No. What's really cool about this is, like, these are all, like, learning. So, like, you know, I know some of the hints that I put on these, but,
Mhm.
like, most of them, I'm
Something
just
you don't know.
trying to just figure this shit out.
Damn.
Yeah, bro, terrible names. Pete Lightning and Sandy Bunker. And this is going to surprise you because, like, holy fuck, like, who this dude is now, like, is completely, like, wild.
I just don't remember that much. 2015. Damn. Who debuted in 2015? Is this Sami Zayn?
No.
Hmm.
I don't think it was in any, like, it's not, I don't think it's WWE or, he didn't debut at WWE or AEW or anything.
Interesting.
I don't know where he debuted, actually.
Oh, he. That doesn't sound good. I'm thinking, Beat Lightning. Yeah.
No. Oh, LA Knight. No, no, it's not LA Knight, man.
What was the other name? Bunker?
Sandy Bunker.
Sandy Bunker.
Sandy Bunker. I don't know.
Because he used to be Eli Drake.
Yeah, man.
So it's not LA Knight for sure. 2015, huh?
Yeah, but
Is this Baron Corbin?
no.
No, Baron Corbin was around before 2015.
I guess you could say bodyguard. I mean,
He was probably like security. I know what you're saying.
security. Yeah.
Yeah, he did like extra work.
Yeah.
This could be anybody. There's a lot of people that have done extra work for the WWE.
LA Knight did.
LA Knight. I've seen Gargano. I've seen Sheamus. I've seen Bobby Roode. Like just about anybody.
I saw. Let's see, who was it? Yeah, I don't remember.
It's like it has to be like mostly inconsequential guys, like that are easy to miss. Because if you put, I don't know. I have no idea. MJF has done. Is it Maxwell Jacob Friedman?
It's Maxwell Jacob Freeman, bro.
Let's go.
Bro, Pete Lightning and Sandy Bunker, though?
Those are awful names.
Did you see that video of him and Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
Where he, like, for some reason tried to get in front of Samoa Joe, and
Yeah.
Samoa Joe was like, no.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that
they were
about?
doing the Goldberg entrance.
Yeah, man.
Kind of ironic.
Why did MJF try to get in front of him?
I don't know. He's probably just not a good extra. Maybe that was the direction they gave him. Do this so Joe can push you out of the way.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Good job, bro. All right, 2 for 3, man.
Sandy Bunker.
And Pete Lightning, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, those are awful.
All right, debuted in the main roster in 2014. He's the 8th Grand Slam champion.
Okay.
One-time Money in the Bank winner.
2014?
Yep.
Oh, is this Baron Corbin?
No.
One-time Money in the Bank winner.
One time.
Main roster. Braun Strowman.
No.
2014, you said?
Yep.
Who the hell would they be? That doesn't seem to be that long. Who have been Money in the... Otis. Is this Otis?
It is not. I'll give you one more because that was 3. I believe in you.
There's just not that many... This is a guy, right? Not a girl.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't run any women on this. I
You
am
haven't.
so sorry to all the women out there.
To all the women.
Every one of them.
To every woman listening. Every woman's that's listening because we know every woman's listening.
Yep.
I have no idea. 2014. Money in the Bank winner. 8th Grand Slam champion. Damn. 2014?
Yep.
I guess, is this Seth Rollins?
John Moxley.
Oh, fuck. I forgot he won the briefcase.
He did, man.
Okay. I feel like Seth Rollins fits that. The Grand Slam champion thing, maybe not. He's probably earlier. No, maybe he became Grand Slam champion later. But they both won the briefcase. And they debuted the same night.
They've done all of those things,
They
actually.
debuted the same exact night.
Yep.
So
They've both done all of these things.
Yes.
Seth Rollins has won the Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a Grand
Grand Slam
Slam champion,
champion.
and he also debuted the same night as Dean.
the same exact night.
So that could be
That
Seth
could be
Rollins.
Seth
too, man.
Rollins.
Damn. All right, bro. Let's see. You are 1. You got that one. You didn't get that one. You got that one. You're 2 for 4. Last one. Debuted in 2007. He was in TNA for 1 year under his real name. Now he's in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 1-time TNA World Champ, 2-time WWE Champ, 1-time Intercontinental Champ, and a 1-time Royal Rumble winner.
Oh, I had a different idea. I was like, I know who this is. 2-time WWE champion, IC champion. I think it's Drew McIntyre.
Good job.
Drew Galloway.
Yep, good job.
I thought I was like, this is Bobby Lashley. And then it wasn't Bobby Lashley. So that's about it for this episode of Midwest Midcard. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you made it all the way here, leave a comment at the bottom that says, I like to eat shit.
That's basically what you have to do.
That's how I'll know that you listen all the way through.
Follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
TikTok.
Threads.
Yeah. On TikTok, we're about to hit 200 followers.
Let's go.
I think we're like at 180.
Blowing up, y'all. Hit that follow button on the TikTokies if you want to hear some more controversial shit about Chris Benoit killing his family.
Or jizz.
Or shit. Or piss. Or poop.
Or cum.
Yep.
That's the same thing.
Semen demons. Let us know what you guys want to hear.
More content about Roman Reigns giving Jey Uso the low blow.
Blowjobs.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Brennan.
And I am Carlos.
And we'll see you on episode 24 next week. And make sure to tune in August 4th at 6 p.m. for our live show. Bye.
Just keep riding me.
This doesn't have to be a gay song either.
I mean,
Is this, what's it called? You're Pretty?
it's called Keep Riding Me. Actually, I don't know. The guy that like makes it, he makes actual music.
I'm downloading this shit.